Imagine.
Okay, so welcome, Mr. Billy Johnston. Welcome to our PASSPORTal Global Connections. Now we're going to China, and thank you for doing this, and the floor is yours. I will unmute myself.
Okay, hello. Are you still here? Hello. Hello. Okay, I see you now.
Yes, I'm here, but I will move to the back of the room to take photos, and I'm unmuting myself so that I can translate from time to time while you speak,
Sure.
show us your presentation.
Sure,
Okay?
that sounds
If,
fine.
if you have any questions you want the students to ask, I can come here and put the sound back, okay? So,
Okay.
the floor is
All
yours.
right. Okay, thank you. So hello. All right, so I'm gonna try to share my screen. Wait. Hopefully, can you all see my screen with the presentation? Yes? Yes? Okay. I assume that's those are thumbs up. All right, so I'll go ahead and start with my presentation on the Great Wall. So first, I want to ask you guys know where the Great Wall is? Do you guys know where it is?
Sabem onde é? Yes. So where is it? In China.
All right, very good. Anyone know when it was built?
When? When was it built? No one knows?
No.
Just an open question. It's okay if you don't know. I just want to ask these to start. What materials was it built from?
Que materiais eram usados? Stone.
All right, stone, okay. Does anyone know who built it or who might be the most famous person associated with the completion of the Great Wall, or at least
Pessoa
its
mais
beginning?
famosa ligada à construção do muro. Alguém conhece? Sei? Some Chinese emperor?
Yes,
Success?
we'll get to that. And why do you think this wall was built?
Por que é que terá sido construída? To, say it in English, to protect China.
All right. And how long is it? Do any of you know how long it is?
How long? They know it's very long, but they don't know the exact.
All right. So next I'm going to play a short video for you guys, and I want you to listen, and maybe you'll get a few answers to some of these questions.
Portanto, vai mostrar um pequenino vídeo, talvez algumas destas perguntas sejam respondidas. E eu aconselhava, pode ser no caderno de música, num qualquer, a apontarem qualquer coisa de interesse, está bem? Okay, go ahead.
All right, so go ahead and play the video. You might want to mute your microphone, and then
Yes.
you can.
It's better.
Okay, yeah. All right.
One of the most recognizable symbols of China, the Great Wall of China has a long and complicated history. It is not just one wall, but many different walls and fortifications that were built over the course of thousands of years. The walls built at different times were often built with different materials, everything from packed dirt or wood to stone and brick. These walls were meant to protect China from invasion. The earliest walls were built more than 2,000 years ago when individual states built walls of packed earth and gravel between boards to protect their territories from attackers with swords and spears. Hundreds of years later, in 221 BC, The first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, ordered the walls that divided his empire should be destroyed, and a new wall connecting the remaining pieces should be built, creating fortifications that protected the empire from northern attackers. No one knows exactly how long that wall was or where it was built, as most of it has worn down or been destroyed. Over the next 1,000 years, different ruling dynasties repaired, rebuilt, or expanded sections of the wall. The leaders of the Ming Dynasty, which began in 1368, constructed the most famous version of the Great Wall. They began by building watchtowers and garrisons, later adding walls of stone and earth. New construction on the wall ended in 1644. At its height, the Great Wall stretched more than 13,000 miles, or about 22,000 kilometers in total length, making it the longest structure ever built by humans. In some places, the walls were 30 feet or 9 meters thick, and 25 feet or 7.5 meters tall, and it was studded with as many as 25,000 watchtowers. You may have heard that the Great Wall is so big that it can be seen from space, but that is only partially true. It cannot be seen at all from the moon, but from a much closer orbit, it could be seen by someone who knew exactly where to look and what it would look like. Today, the Great Wall of China is a World Heritage Site, protected and maintained for all of humanity to enjoy. Only some pieces of the wall are taken care of, however, as it is simply too big and too damaged by time and old battles to repair and take care of it all. In fact, nearly 1/3 of the wall has completely disappeared, fallen down, and even the stones taken away by local people to use in building. Still, the Great Wall is the most popular place for tourists to visit in China, attracting millions of people each year. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Great Wall of China today. Goodbye till next time.
Okay. All right, so let's go back to these same questions. So before the Great Wall, where is it?
China.
Yeah, so you guys got that one right. It's in northern China. Very good. So we knew that one to start. I gave you a little bit extra there because it's in the northern part of the country. And when was it built?
Quando é que foi construída? In Portuguese, you can say it in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Hã? Há 2.000 anos, 2,000 years, they say.
Okay, 2,000 years. Okay, very good. You got some smart students there. Over 2,000 years ago. Of course, this was a long ongoing process, so it wasn't like it came up immediately 2,000 years ago. It was built over time with several walls that were joined together and it evolved. But over 2,000 years ago is when the idea began. So what materials was it built from?
Materiais já que foi construída. Stone, madeira, wood, and something else we didn't catch.
All right. Wood, stone, brick, and earth. Or you could say dirt or gravel or any of that.
Portanto, madeira, pedra, tijolo e terra. Portanto, a lama, aquela. Pronto, eles às vezes faziam assim.
So we've expanded our knowledge. Who built it? Who is the emperor?
Oh. Difficult name. Alguém sabe o nome? Something like that.
China's first emperor, the man who united China, Qin Shi Huang. So China was going through its warring states period when China was divided into many different kingdoms, and it was Qin Shi Huang who united China.
Este imperador uniu a China. Certo?
Yeah.
E
In
então,
fact, you see the name Qin
era para proteger
from
as...
the Qin dynasty. This is where we get China.
Foi ali que surgiu a China propriamente, percebe? Porque antigamente era uma série de reinos diferentes que andavam lá sempre às torres uns contra os outros.
So why do you think it was built? So why was the Great Wall built?
Diz Paulo. Diz
Yeah. Yeah, so that one we were good. We knew that one before. And how long is it?
Que tamanho é que tem? Que comprimento tem? Diz, Simão. Quantos? 22,000 kilometers, says Simão.
Awesome. You got incredible students. Doing well. So let's move on a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about Qin Shi Huang. This is a very, very important person in Chinese history. So he was king of the state of Qing. And he, like I said before, he is going to be the man who unifies China between 230 and 221. He conquers all the other kingdoms.
Go ahead.
So he is also going to be the one who unifies the Great Wall, and he's going to build a system of roads throughout the country to help unite the country. Having roads is very important. And he also starts the Linshu Canal, and this canal is still in China today. So, which is amazing that, you know, we here in China, you know, we have canals that are, you know, 2,000 years old. In fact, later on, there would be the construction of the Grand Canal, which I believe runs something like 1,700 kilometers from Beijing to Ningbo in China, which is amazing. Go ahead.
E mesmo construíram estradas, mas também construíram um canal, este é um deles, e vários canais, na verdade. Um deles também tem milhares de quilómetros e é um sistema para barcos. Os canais é para barcos, estão a perceber? Portanto, foi uma forma que ele arranjou também de unificar o país, é conseguir uni-lo, não só por terra, como também por água, os tais canais. Ok, go ahead.
Now he was a very tough leader. He was one that you wouldn't want to make him angry. He also cared a lot about living and life. And he even spent the last few years of his life looking for some type of potion that he could drink and keep living forever, so to speak, or to stay youthful and keep living. He, of course, never found the potion. You can go ahead if you want.
Ele era muito mau, e ninguém o queria fazer zangar-se, não é? Porque senão cortava-lhes o selo. E era muito preocupado com estas questões de viver. E andava sempre a pedir para descobrirem uma poção mágica que pudesse prolongar-lhe a vida. Estão a perceber? Claro que nunca a descobriu. E pronto. E aqui está a dizer que construiu, todo mundo falou disso, mas construiu um grande túmulo para ele próprio. Go ahead.
So he cared a lot also about the afterlife. And he had this very large tomb, basically this own city for himself, constructed for him to live in the afterlife. So he basically constructed this enormous tomb. And you guys have probably heard of this, the Terracotta Warriors. He actually created around 6,000 stone warriors to guard his tomb. And along with this, go ahead.
6.000 soldados de pedra, feitos de pedra, para proteger o túmulo dele. Portanto, ele era muito preocupado também com a vida depois da morte. Construiu um túmulo que era praticamente uma cidade inteira para ele. E estas estátuas, que são muito famosas lá na China, 6.000 guardas para proteger. Estão a ver? Go ahead.
Now, what's really cool is each one of these soldiers has a different face, you know, which is incredible to be doing these types of carvings more than 2,000 years ago. And I mean, just the scale, because these are life size.
E são do tamanho real, são do tamanho real de pessoas. Olha, arranjem onde sentar-se, pode ser em cima dos muros, se quiser. São mesmo do tamanho das pessoas e cada um deles tem uma cara diferente. Percebe? Podem abrir a porta agora que já não há barulho. Go ahead.
Okay, and he also had, they found hundreds of horses and even over 100 chariots, examples of this, which you can see below, in bronze, which were also made to protect his tomb.
Também fizeram uma série de cavalos em bronze, com as carroças. Alguns deles também tinham atrelados as carroças. Interessante, para proteger o túmulo.
So he cared a lot about his protection of himself, his wealth, and all that. And it's believed that rivers of mercury are actually there in the tomb.
Diz que é possível que haja lá rios de mercúrio, não sei muito bem o que é que se quererá dizer, para o proteger lá dentro do túmulo. Esta parte não sei explicar.
In the section that we know about with the terracotta warriors, this is the thing that's impressive, is this is all the stuff that's in front of his tomb. His actual tomb has never been excavated. They have never dug there. And it's in part because the stuff that would be there is over 2,000 years old. It's very fragile and it would take a very delicate procedure. So they don't even want to attempt trying to dig and see what's in that tomb until they know they can do it very, very carefully.
Como é túmulo tão antigo, de mais de 2000 anos, não é? Eles têm medo de escavar. Isto é só o que está à frente do túmulo. Percebe? O verdadeiro túmulo nunca foi escavado, nunca foi investigado, porque lá está, os arqueólogos têm medo de destruir aquilo tudo por já ser tão antigo, têm medo que depois ao mexer aquilo se destrua tudo. Correto.
So does anyone have any questions so far?
Alguém tem perguntas a fazer? Sobre o que estivemos a ouvir? Sobre isto concreto? Alguma dúvida? Podem fazê-la em português que eu ajudo.
Eu uma vez tinha ouvido que eles mataram quem ajudou a construí-la.
Acho que deve estar a confundir com os egípcios, mas vens cá perguntar que pode estar a acontecer a mesma coisa. Anda cá, come on. Pode dizer em inglês que este te ajuda. Is it true?
Is it true that...
Apresenta-te.
Hello, my name is Simão and I'm 11 years old. Is it true that they killed everyone that helped to build the tomb?
Yeah, I believe I've heard that. Now, again, this is just stuff that we hear throughout history, and given the enormous power that he had, that may well indeed be true. But it could also be myth, and these are things sometimes in history which are really, really tough to sort out. Because if you understand history, you know that sometimes stuff that we hear today, some of it is legend, some of it is indeed fact, but we don't have say like eyewitnesses today who actually saw these things. So we don't have videos. So our records of this stuff are only through those individuals who were told to write stuff down, and given his authority, it's rather difficult to know, whether or not that story is true or not, but it is possible.
Okay.
Portanto, é possível que seja verdade, também é possível que seja só mito, seja uma lenda. Thank you.
Thank you.
E sabe, às vezes as pessoas que estavam a investigar, olha, talvez tenha sido e tal, e depois alguém vai ler e acha que afinal era verdade. Agora não, estamos numa chamada internacional, ok? Portanto não se sabe se isso será verdade ou não. Pode ser, também pode não ser. É uma pergunta? Sim. Quickly. Diz, apresenta-te.
Hello, my
Olha,
name.
põe a tua carinha ali.
Hello, my name is Isaac.
Isaac.
It's true que eles matavam quem entrava na cidade proibida.
Is it true that they killed
They kill
people that
people that
entered the
Entered the-
Forbidden City?
Fabian City.
Yeah, I would imagine that I know the Forbidden City was a place you didn't want to enter. So I actually haven't been to the Forbidden City yet. I'm not as personally, I'm not as up to speed on the history of the Forbidden City, but I would imagine there were probably some people that probably did get killed for entering. So,
Não sabe muito bem, pensa que poderá ser verdade também, mas ele próprio nunca entrou ainda na muralha da China, na cidade proibida. Já esteve na muralha da China.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Mais alguma pergunta? Não?
No.
Não? Não? Okay, go ahead.
All right, so next I'm going to show you Jiayu Pass. This is actually a area of the Great Wall that's out west. It's in the western part of China. A lot of people, when they visit the Great Wall, they see it around Beijing. But this is an entirely different part of the Great Wall.
É uma parte diferente da muralha, mais para o oeste. Normalmente as pessoas visitam a junta a Pequim, mas isto é noutra zona, menos habitual de visitar.
And what you are seeing is that you're seeing part of the wall that's constructed during the Ming Dynasty, which is later, certainly much later than the period of Qin Shi Huang. If I believe in the 1370s, if I'm not mistaken. This place actually served as a fort and also a passage through the wall, because certainly it's great to have this, nice wall protecting you, but sometimes you may want to get on the other side of that wall. So you need passages, you need, secure points so that, of areas where you can pass through the wall. And this was one of them.
Esta construção tanto servia como forte, não é, para ter lá os soldados, para se defenderem, mas também servia de passagem, que era o que o professor estava a dizer. Opá, é muito lindo, temos a muralha para nos proteger e tal, e agora quero ir ao outro lado. Não posso, não é? Portanto, construíam em distritos estratégicos, construíam passagens para poderem também passar quando quisessem, mais tarde, não é? Ok.
So I was actually here last summer. In fact, this is actually a picture I took.
Uma foto mesmo.
Just to give you an idea of where it is. So here's the city, Jiayu Guan, which you'll see out in the west of China. So you can get an idea of how far away that is from Beijing.
Deve ser o mar. E aqui, estão a ver, e a cidade vê-se muito mal, mas este amarelo é o mar. Okay? Ou é os outros países? Não, tem que ser os outros países. Xangai, Pequim e esta Jiaoguang que fica acolá. Depois nós procuramos melhor no mapa para ver se vemos. That's big.
Yeah. So here's another picture of what it looks like on the inside. And this is a huge, huge complex. So you can just see how big this fort is.
We see some cannons. Are they from that time of the wall, or are they younger?
Yeah. I'm not sure if these are replica, and this is sometimes you don't know in China if these are replica or if these are really from a certain era, but they do have cannons at least on display there.
Já são réplicas, estavam ali, mas pronto. E eles têm sempre estas coisinhas assim encaratadinhas, as construções são muito giras. They like como é que se chama? Telhado? Roof. They like
Roof,
the rooftop.
Yeah. So I'm actually at school. I was going to show a Lego building I have of this, but I will send the photo after of a Lego building I have
Tem uma construção
constructed.
de Lego de umas casinhas assim, com aquelas.
Yeah. This is actually the wall in the desert. Here you can see here. This is close to the fort. There's an area where they have part of the wall that has been reconstructed. So here you can see a little bit of the Great Wall in the desert.
Uma parte do deserto da China. Pronto, está ali a muralha. Isto é mesmo, é um colosso, é mesmo enorme. Nós não temos noção do tamanho daquilo. Eu também não tenho. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and this gives you just a quick view of just where the Great Wall was, especially its maximum extent. From you can pretty much see it going from North Korea to where I was at Jiayu Pass. So that is the length of the wall.
O bocado que nós vimos ao bocado, lembra-se aquele forte? Aqui, e aqui é a Coreia do Norte. Estão a ver? Aqui é o Mar Amarelo, Pequim, e aqui aí por cima da China fica a Mongólia, que também é outro país colossal. Ok? Go ahead.
Okay, great. So what did you learn about? So what do you guys learn about the Great Wall today?
Então, o que é que vocês aprenderam sobre a Grande Muralha da China? One at a time.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
It's big.
It's big. What? What else?
Como é que se diz? Como é que se diz?
Como é que se diz?
Incrível.
Incredible.
That's incredible.
Incredible. What else?
That's amazing.
Hã? Quem está a falar?
É Maria. Maria.
Diz.
That's
Nothing else? Really long. It's really long. What else? It served to protect China. Okay. What else? Something else? It was made of wood, stone, bricks, and earth. Very good. And it was built when? Over 2,000 years ago, right? Yeah. Okay. Something else? No? Okay. Next question.
Okay, what about Qin Shi Huang? What did you learn about him?
Qin Shi Huang. Quem era? Who was it? He was a very bad emperor, but he was the first one. Yeah. Okay. And what else? What was he worried about? O que é que ele estava preocupado? Life after life. Okay. So what did he do? He built a big tomb, like the size of a city. Yeah, with thousands of statues, warriors. Okay, and why is he so important?
Because
He brought China together. Okay, so I think you learned a lot. You're a good teacher, Mr. John.
Yeah, I do have some photos to close out with real quick.
Ok, vai mostrar agora umas fotos.
Yeah. So these are some places around China. This is the Afak Koja Mausoleum. So I was here also this past summer. It's a beautiful place. This is in Xinjiang.
But it looks like Indian.
Well, you'll see a lot of Central Asian influence here because this is in Xinjiang. It's in the northwest part of China. Really not too far from all the Stan countries. Because it's in this part. So
Também dos países da Ásia do Sul.
in fact, they even speak it culturally. They will be very Central Asian. And even in appearance, their appearance is different.
Diz que a aparência das pessoas ali daquela zona também é um bocadinho diferente do chinês habitual que nós estamos, pronto, habituados a ver. Ok.
So this is in the same vicinity. This is also in the city of Kashgar. This is the Eid Mosque. So this is, I believe, the largest mosque in Xinjiang, if I'm not mistaken.
Ok, isto é uma mesquita, ok?
So a mummy. Who thought of China having mummies? So this mummy is over 3,800 years old. And this is in a museum in Turpan in Xinjiang, and it's known as Lulan Beauty. And like I said, it's been it's 3,800 years old. It's been very well preserved. I mean, you can see the detail still after almost 4,000 years. And there's not just this mummy, there's a few others, and they're very, very well preserved.
4.000 anos. É muito bem provável. Ok. Espetáculo.
Yeah. So this is Heavenly Lake.
Olá.
This is near the city of Urumqi. So this is also in Xinjiang.
That's so beautiful.
Yes. And what's amazing is so close to this lake is so much desert. Because if you drop in elevation, it's all desert. But you know, at this one spot, you know, it's green. They have this nice, you know, alpine lake, and it's very different.
Tem lá, à volta é tudo deserto. Okay.
So these are the Mogao caves where they've actually have painted frescoes inside. I could not take pictures of the frescoes, but these frescoes in Dunhuang, they're quite beautiful.
São pinturas que estão ali dentro que, claro que não se pode tirar fotos, senão danifica, não é? Ok.
So this is the desert in Dunhuang. You can see even a temple here.
Estão a ver o tal deserto? That's the same temple we saw over there.
This is a different temple right here. So this is a different place, different temple. Yeah. So.
What else?
And this is these are the painted mountains.
As
These
montanhas.
are outside of Jiangye. These are absolutely beautiful. Those colors are real.
Em termos geológicos, vocês aí não se apercebem. Não sei se conseguem ver aqui pelo ecrã, mas as cores da Terra é espetacular. Estão a ver? Isto é tudo natural. Por isso é que eles chamam a montanha pintada ou as montanhas pintadas. Ok, go ahead.
This is Chaka Salt Lake. So this is a salt lake, and you get a reflection if you know you get the conditions just right. Another very beautiful place.
É lago salgado. Não é mar, é lago, mas é salgado. Is it really salty, the water?
I didn't taste it myself, but yes, it's salty. You can tell it's salty. It's heavy. The water is quite heavy as well.
A água é assim mais pesada, a gente flutua melhor neste tipo de águas do que na água doce, não é? Ok.
These are the Longming Grottos. This is another very famous place for the Buddhist sculptures that they have that are carved into the cliffs.
Budistas, de Budas, na pedra. Estão a ver, isto é cravado mesmo na pedra. Estão a imaginar construir aquilo nas pedras, é espetacular. Okay, go ahead.
This is the Buddha. It's one of the largest, I believe it's the largest, it fits a category. I think it's the largest stone Buddha in the world or something like that, but it's this enormous Buddha.
Que é provavelmente o Buda maior do mundo. Isto é mesmo uma coisa gigante, estão a ver? Porque ele liga-se os bocadinhos das muralhas, acho eu. É mesmo uma coisa astronómica. Oh, Xangai.
Here's a picture of Shanghai. Shanghai is amazing. You know, I mean, just one picture doesn't do it justice, but go on YouTube, see some images of Shanghai, especially at nighttime. Amazing city.
Diz que é uma cidade, pá, assombro, assim, um assombro, não é? É fantástico. Se a gente procurar no Google, vê lá imagens espetaculares.
Okay, and that is my presentation. So do you guys have any questions?
Thank you so much. Agora, perguntas. Quem tiver umas perguntinhas, vamos fazer 2 ou 3, meia dúzia no máximo, está bem? Podem subir quando aqui, para não perdermos tanto tempo. Vá lá, rápido. Apresentam-se, já sabem, enquadram a vossa carinha. Oh, meninas aí do fundo, têm perguntas? Ok, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Bruna and I'm 11 years old. What are the most popular foods in China?
Popular foods. It probably depends on really who you ask in China. I would say that like you find a lot of noodle-based dishes in the north and rice-based dishes in the south. But each region has its own cuisine. I would say hot pot is quite popular. Hot pot is a very spicy dish. Hot pot, yeah. So you might want to look that up on Google later. You'll probably see some nice images of hot pot. And I think even each region has its own version of hot pot as well, with some being spicier than others. And it is very spicy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe you want to unshare your screen. Next question.
Sure, yes, I can do that, I think.
Olha, vê se a tua carinha está aqui, mais para cima.
Hi, my name is Maria and I'm 11 years old. What is your food of China?
Oh, it's the same question, another question.
How many cities has in China?
Oh,
I don't know the exact number. You know, it probably depends on what you classify as a city as well. But China has some really, really large cities. For example, Shanghai has around 25 million people. Beijing has around 20 million. I think even here where I am in Nanjing, we have 8 million people. So when you're talking cities, a lot of these are mega cities. They're huge. They're, for some places, they're countries. I mean, in terms of how many people there are.
Portanto, basicamente é difícil de responder. E ele diz que lá tem muitas cidades, são mega cidades. Por exemplo, Xangai tem 25 milhões de pessoas. A cidade onde ele está, que é uma cidade pequena, tem 8 milhões. Did you know that Portugal has around 10 million people?
So yeah, it's amazing to think about that. Like 2.5 Portugals makes 1 Shanghai.
Exactly.
Hello, my name is Paul. I'm 11 years old.
Hey.
So my question is, do you know how to speak Mandarin? If yes, was it difficult learning it?
I don't know how to speak Mandarin. I haven't been able to dedicate myself to study Mandarin that much with my time, just due to various reasons. My daughter, however, my third daughter, she can actually speak some Mandarin, and she can actually even do some basic conversation with people in on the streets, but I cannot. So.
O não sabe falar mandarim, mas a filha mais velha dele sabe. Ok? Consegue manter uma conversa.
Thank you.
Next question. Então, e os homens não fazem perguntas?
Hi, my name is Francesca and I'm 11 years old. Who are the typical dances of China?
The typical
Dances.
dances.
Yeah.
Ah, dances. Oh, I guess it's difficult to answer.
Yeah, typical. Yeah, because you have to be specialized in dance. Like I don't know the dances too well. You know, I always think of I think first thing in China, I think is when you have some when they do some of the dances with the dragons, or even like the lion dances around Chinese New Year. But I think you're thinking more of like some of the regional dances, and those I can't think of off the top of my head, because I'm, unfortunately I'm not a dance expert. So, but thank you. Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Tiago and I'm 11 years old. What are the main hobbies of families?
The main hobbies of Chinese families.
Well, what was that? Was
What are the main hobbies of China's families?
Chinese families. What?
Yeah, I would say that they're probably similar to about any other family. I mean, people all do different things. I mean, here you can see like I think many people like to eat with their families. I think that's a big thing. A lot of teenagers do the same things that you do. A lot of games, a lot of them like movies, and a lot of them like music, from I think Chinese music to K-pop and even some international music. So I mean, I think that really you would probably find like the Chinese, in terms of what they do, you might normally encounter anywhere in the world, really.
Okay. Thank you. I guess it's like any other family. So, one last question from me. What time is it there? No one asked. What time is it there now?
Yeah, right now it's 6:55. It's 6:55 p.m. right now. So almost 7 o'clock.
São quase 7 horas lá. Okay? So, may we take a picture with you? Is it all right?
Sure.
Ok. Então,
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
quem quiser, todos. Quem não quiser, fica no lugar. Rápido. Venha tirar uma foto.
Tira uma foto,
Sem tapar o professor. Sem tapar o Sem tapar o professor. Aí não fica. 3, 2, 1. Smile. Smile again. One more. Smile. Okay, one more. And that's it. Goodbye. Rápido, xixi e voltar. Thank you so much. It was amazing.
I hope it turned out really well. So
To the point, very sharp, para lanchar e voltar. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate what you're doing. I will share some photos, some print screens I took, and the recording as soon as I put it on YouTube as not listed. Okay?
wonderful. Yeah, I'll see if I can look up some Chinese dances for your one student for that, because that's one area I don't know so well. So
Of course, those are difficult to.
very specific question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. And thank you. Okay. Bye bye. I need.
You're welcome anytime. So I mean, if you want to collaborate in the future, by all means.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to stop recording.